Hey, everybody. I just wanted to come on and kind of just give you a little brief information about your project. I've posted the information there about what I expect from you on that. It may be a little vague, and that's okay. Let me know if you have questions. I've also put you into partners. Instead of trying to do a big group, I just did two in a group. I know group work can be difficult, but keeping in the light of the fire service, we work together as a team. And so this maybe kind of may give you a little bit of an idea of what that's like. I did want to give what I call a disclaimer about this case. This is a real case. You probably remember it. It's less than a year old. No, it's almost 2 years old. Happened in, I just looked it up, 2016, I believe. Yes, 2016. So it's almost 2 years old in Fairfax, Virginia. There was a lot of media surrounding this and then the aftermath. And it was a very emotional case for many people. And for me, I'm not sure why, but I think that it was very emotional. And I don't want to get into, in this case, we're not looking at the whole aspect of cyberbullying and bullying and sexual harassment. That's not what this project is about. And I don't want it to be about that, because that is a really deep issue. And it's one that, if you pay attention to a lot of legal cases that, kind of roll by about fire service and emergency services, it's always, there's sexual harassment is usually at the forefront of these. So I don't want to talk about that. In this particular case, that's not the issues. And that's why I spelled out those issues for you there. The other thing is that I don't mean any disrespect to Nicole or her family or this situation or this case or this environment by making this a case study. I changed some names around a little bit, but I don't mean any disrespect by that. I think that for me, in my mind, this case brought to mind, or this situation brought to mind, this event, a lot of issues about social media, many of which we're still exploring today, about what you can and cannot say, what you should and shouldn't say. And, maybe we need to kind of tie this whole thing in with the ethics course and what's ethical to say as a public safety employee. So I think that it bears looking at from that standpoint. But and this is not a real case as far as I know. Nobody filed suit, nothing happened. None of this is true. The lawsuit part is not true. And so as best now, I researched it a while back, and so I'm assuming that that's the same now. So I just kind of wanted to throw that out there. Again, I mean no disrespect. It is a real life case, a very emotional, a very serious case. And if you read up on Fairfax, Virginia, you'll see what came, there was a lot that came down the pike after this particular incident. But we're not looking at that. We're just looking at the little case study. If you want to kind of research a little bit about the case itself, that's great. About the real situation. Like I said, there's not a case. The real situation, news stories. There was a lot of bias from people. So consider your source. Where that information comes from. But so feel free to look at other things. But we're looking at the facts of the case study that I have pointed out there, as well as there's about 5 or 6 questions, I think, that I want you to kind of focus in on as you argue your side of this case. Last time I had a couple of students that acted as the judges, and there was a real time crunch between getting the summary judgment cases done and getting their brief, and they were unfairly pressured by the end of the semester. So I haven't done that this time, but what I am planning to do, and I'm going to look at calendar and get this together so that maybe you can have a heads up. I would love to have a virtual class and have you present your arguments, and I'll find somebody here on campus or in the community to come and help. Or maybe I'll be the judge. Here comes the judge. I can be Judge Judy. And have you present your information that way. I think that would be kind of fun, kind of different. I'm trying to do a little bit different than write a report and submit it. And also working together again. I think, how you divide it up, I don't care, but you know what happens when one person doesn't do the work. I don't like that. So I don't think that will be a problem with any of you. If you need contact information, share it through D2L. I can share your school email, but I can't share personal information like your address or your telephone number, that kind of thing. So figure out how to share that yourselves. If you post it, it's fine. I just can't do it. So if you have any questions about the project, let me know. I haven't put the final assignment due date on there yet. I will get that. I'm sorry this is late. I know I was supposed to have it up earlier, but I've had life issues. So life goes on. But anyway, this was supposed to be short. Thanks so much. Let me know if you have any questions. Enjoy. Thanks. Bye.